it's difficult to control your mind in a space like this. I went to work on the Monday and I was in a jail cell on the Tuesday. I felt like my whole world had come crashing down, and working for Inside Job in here, helping others, really helped me serve my own sentence as well.
Hi, I'm John Floyd and I've just spent the last 7 years in HMP in Birmingham here. And the saddest part about that sentence was I saw lots of people coming back in after they'd been released. And often these people were very vulnerable people. These were people that had been in care, they'd been excluded from school, they were ex-armed forces, there were poverty, homelessness. All these seem to feed into the prison system. But on the other hand, there's lots of talented, really resilient people that are in there that do want to work. They just want that opportunity to do work. And that's where myself and Heather, we worked on this initiative together.
I realised that a lot of employers were talking about taking on people that had served a sentence but didn't know how to find the right candidate for their job. John and I created Inside Job and landed on a model that's got 3 steps to it really. So we use people that are serving their own sentences who we train and pay to find our candidates. Second thing is we find employers that are really genuinely committed to employing people, to come in and to meet them on the inside, to interview them and hopefully to offer them a job before they even leave. The third thing we do is that we knew we needed a community team. It's the same team that are giving support whilst people are in prison and when they come out.
I'm Scott Hewitt.
I'm Kate Henderson and we are employment consultants from Inside Job, currently setting up the biggest operation we've ever done here at Stoke Heath. The first thing we're doing, we're in the process of finding 2 to 3 Inside Job recruiters who are going to be based here in the prison, who are men serving a sentence. We're working with Gail the Pell to identify the best candidates to help support the men here. We've also developed a City and Guilds Assured course, which means all of our recruiters are going to be fully trained and be able to support the candidates here at Stoke Heath, both inside and out.
The recruiters are an invaluable part of our team. They select the candidates. So in July 2021, I was arrested and convicted of money laundering, and I was sentenced to 5 years, 3 months in custody. It's hard to explain your emotions when you get sent down as such from court. I'd never been in trouble before in my whole life. First time I'd ever even been arrested. And then when the judge obviously sentenced me to 5 years, 3 months, it was like my world fell apart and I didn't know what to do. I met John Floyd, who's the co-founder of Inside Job, on G-Wing in HMP Birmingham. And then I got onto being a recruitment rep for Inside Job, going around the wings, helping the lads with the CVs and the disclosures, building up their confidence, giving them interview training if they needed it. It felt like I'd found purpose of being in prison. I was in my cell and I rang my dad, and my dad said to me, Scott, you need to ring your ex-partner because your son's had a heart attack, and he was only, he was 3.5 and he'd died. So he'd passed away at home with his 2 sisters and his mum. It was, losing a child is like the worst thing that ever could happen to anyone. But losing a child when you're in prison, that's when I decided from that day that I need to change my life. I got my DCAT, so I had just over a year left to serve. And obviously with everything that had happened in my life, this come at a good time because I could, you know, work towards going out and supporting my family and making up for time lost with my children. When I was packing my stuff, I see my Inside Job t-shirts and I thought, I'm going to take them because you never know when they might come in handy again. But when I got there was nothing like Inside Job in there. So I spoke to Fran, it was at the time, who was the pal, And I just said, look, I've come from Birmingham. I was an inside job recruiter, supporting lads into work, doing CVs and disclosures. And she was like, thank God for that, because we've got an abundance of lads that need CVs and disclosures. So I asked for a list of the lads that were going to be getting out in the next couple of weeks, and she gave me some names, written them down for me, and then I went round the wings on my own, started speaking to lads, saying did they need any help with CVs and disclosures, and all of them said yes. So I'd had a conversation with the PAL about potentially doing an interview surgery, and they were really on board and supportive of it. So I'd phoned John and said, John, we've got an opportunity in Sudbury. He was like, that's fine, I've got the perfect employer, let me call Laura Woods and we'll see if we can get HSS down here. In a normal interview surgery, we'd aim to have anywhere between 12 and 16 lads. So I was working flat out in Sudbury, and when I got the invitations out, I had 37 confirmed attendees. So I was literally doing CVs and disclosures for 7 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we sort of made a plan that I could outwork with Inside Job. I was in the office one day, sat down with John, and we were laughing about something, and I just looked at him and I said, don't you think it's dead strange, like how we've gone from being on the wing, sat in your pad, talking about Inside Job, and now we're in the office, both of us out of prison. I'm only on temporary release though, and it's real strange how things can change. So I was really settled. I had regular money coming in. I was supporting my family. With Christmas coming up, everyone was really excited because it was going to be my first Christmas for 3 years. So I'd been using all the wages that I'd been earning from Inside Job to buy all the kids Christmas presents because they were really excited because Daddy was coming home. And obviously they'd had a terrible year with everything that's gone on. It was going to be, Christmas as a family. The governor come see me and said, you've breached your temporary licence, you're getting transferred. Absolutely devastated. And they said Stoke, Heath, and I thought, oh God. And I was panicking then, to be honest. I thought, oh, for God's sake. And obviously with Christmas, I just thought, what the fuck am I going to tell my kids?
So it's December the 20th and things have been quite bad at work anyway, and then we got a call that Scott had disappeared from Sudbury. So I rang Sudbury and they couldn't tell me where he'd gone. But it was a rumour he'd gone to Stoke Heath, so I rang the governor at Stoke Heath, who I've known for a long time, so I've worked with him before. So if we could find out where Scott was, because at this point I was thinking, here's a guy who has just lost his son. In his head, he's just lost his job, he's lost his income, and we'd offered him a job for when he came out. He's lost his car that's full of Christmas presents, he's lost his Christmas. At this point I was thinking he's a suicide risk and I really do need a safety check done on him, and thankfully he was okay, and we're here to tell the tale.
Working full time, because I've obviously made such an impact that Inside Job decided to keep my job vacancy there for me. So I've come out, I'm working full time, I'm settled at home, I'm on monthly probation appointments, which is brilliant. So it's just, I've got my own life back, and I think the big thing is that the lads need to understand is prison is not the end of the road. There is opportunities for everyone, and we can help you get them opportunities.
I joined the prison service after I finished my degree, thinking I'd change lives. I really did. I saw an advert in the paper and thought, I'll go and be a prison officer. But you walk through those doors and there's just so many barriers, and you can't change lives on your own. You need help.
What would be a bad day in here?
A bad day? People not turning up for a pre-release. I know that sounds really strange, but that's my opportunity to see people and to try and help people. People going out the doors without bank, without IDs, without hope. Frustration. Yeah, it is. There's 70 discharges a month, and you're only hitting a small percentage of them. And that's a bad day. We should be able to now, especially with your help, Scott, we're looking out for you. You've got to do this. You've got to change things. We've got to hit more than that.
Right, now, flip side of that, what would you say is a good day in here?
Oh, getting that phone call to say somebody's got that job. You go down the names, but actually somebody telling you, even after hours of work, that they've got that job and it's sustainable. That is a good day.
It's a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a really good feeling.
Hello, my name is Jack Rook and I work for Skanska. When we started this programme, people said, oh, what success? You know, is it a week, a month? What success? I think success is one of them's been with us for 3 years. You know, that is success. He has completely changed his life. He's got himself a new partner. They've just had a new baby. He's got his own home, which he had nothing of that when he first came out 3 years ago.
I'd like you to come and meet Dejan. I met Dejan back in March during an interview surgery in Brinsford Prison. He was due for release within, I think it was a week or 10 days. 2 weeks after his release, he joined us here at HSS. So far, he's completed all his driver training with us. He's completed his FORS training. We're just waiting for the final one for him to be FORS Gold accredited. And I think he's got a really good future here.
And then literally I came out 2 weeks later and Caprice and Chris was keeping in contact with me. And then Chris says straight away, even while we had the interview, he was like, yeah, I'm going to hold that job for you. I was turning a blind eye to it thinking, no, it's not going to happen. And then as soon as I came out, but now I'm working, so.
My name's Neil. I served 14 months in HMP Hull. I now work for Skanska on the M42, the new Junction 6. Basically got that job through Inside Job.
I'm Sean. I work for Skanska. I'm a father, all girls. I came across Inside Job when I think I was about 6-7 months into my sentence. I managed to finally get an enhanced prisoner status. So I went on to G-Wing at Winson Green and I met a man named Floydie, John Floyd. And he's always done his best in regards to what he could do whilst he was inside, but he was also working with people outside.
Well, Jamie was actually serving in Hull with me at the time. He was an Inside Job rep. When I was in, it was Jamie and Shelley, obviously when I was in, my contacts were in here. When I then got out, you know, within literally 24 hours of me being out, Shelley had been on the phone to me, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I'm like, wow. You know, that friendly face, that voice that you spoke to, Shelley was amazing.
I don't think I'd have gone and got a job, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When the people that you met along the way in there reach out to you as soon as you leave, because they know that you're in that big, massive fish tank. You've gone from a small bowl to a big old tank, and they reach out to you. That's when you start to begin. This is what it feels like to trust.
Being in an approved premises but them changing it at the last minute, being surrounded by people that take drugs and are openly allowed to in some of these places. I was on a GPS tag, I was on an alcohol tag, had a tag on each ankle at the start, probation not allowing me to work, probation not allowing me to volunteer or do anything, no money. They said I wasn't allowed to even apply for an advance for universal credit, so I had to survive for 6 weeks off my discharge grant of 90 quid. No opportunities.
Why we work with Inside Job is because we could offer these young men a job tomorrow, but what Inside Job do is the preparation work. They've built the trust, they've built the relationship, and that's really important for us because they've done the groundwork.
So I got recalled. I thought that I'd lost my job. I thought I'd lost my family. This family that I'd just spent 6 months trying to build back up, I thought I'd scrapped it all. I was out in Hull on the landing and I seen a familiar face, which was the person that began to make me start to trust people again. Jack then got a message back to me to say that my job is safe. Yeah, that was the key turning, that was. Think of a circus that's gone wrong. It's just, but I love it.
Yeah, you wouldn't change
have it any other way. My partner has been my fucking godsend. You have to edit that out. Yeah, I love my life. I love my life. I love the people that are in it.
I'm probably more happy now than I was back then when I was in a certain lifestyle. I'm not looking over my shoulder. The money that I'm earning at the minute, I'm feeling more responsible for it just because I'm working hard for it.
My life is, you know, it's financially secure. My eldest has just started college at Leicester, which I'm super proud of her for that. Right now, it's complete.
Great, really. Got my children, my missus, which are really supportive as well. My children are happy that I'm working.
So personally, me, I get satisfaction of giving somebody a second chance.
So as an organisation, we get a diverse, resilient, strong team that is full of talent.
I've got the people around me, I've got the support group, I've got the employer. What's stopping me?
Yeah.
I've got my family, I've got it all.
They're looking at this. Where you went? How'd you do that?